Okay, and who do you think the listeners of the Matt and Jerry Show would more likely want to have an affair with in a Ian Lee's Galloway kind of way?
Well, I think it just depends. If you want a little bit of rough, then probably you. If you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit and something rough and selfish, I think people would go for you. I think if people were going for someone who was actually interested in sort of creating a great moment, then I think maybe me. It just depends. I mean, everyone's into different things.
I've heard you're not in it for yourself.
No, I'm not in it for myself. No,
you don't even care. You don't even care. You
I
don't
mean,
even want anything. You don't want anything from it.
No, I'm just looking to pleasure my partner.
Yeah.
Whoever that just happens to be at the time.
Yeah, well, your actual partner's not pleased with the amount of other people you're pleasuring, but that's another story. She is a traditionalist when it comes to monogamy. Whereas
you've got a call coming through.
Hey, Tom Pranks.
Good morning.
You've called through on the podcast intro. How have you managed that?
Well, I just wanted to just chime in here if it's okay, fellas.
Oh, yeah? What do you think we're talking about?
How would affairs with people in the workplace?
How would you know
good,
that?
Yes.
How would you know we were talking about that?
Oh, I can just sort of see, just through the window, getting the vibe.
Okay, Tom Pranks, who do you want to have an affair with in the workplace?
I'd actually like to blast you, Matt.
Oh, there we go. Well, that's a bit upsetting for me, Tom, because I was looking to have a workplace affair with you.
Well, we won't stop at Matt, but just initially, I'd like to begin with him.
Okay.
I'm from Otago. Also, the other thing is, Tom Pranks, Jerry, what do you think about this? Jerry just said that I'm selfish in that kind of environment.
A selfish lover. Well, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind servicing you.
Okay, we've got another call coming through here on the podcast intro. Finn, welcome to the show.
How you going, mate? All right?
Yeah. So we're just talking about. There's some kind of time problem, like some kind of. How are we getting calls on the podcast intro?
On the podcast intro. I'm loving this. Finn, have you heard about the conversation we're having about workplace relations?
Yeah.
Earlier on, I was actually saying that I would, if I had to have a workplace relation with someone in the office, it would be you and Tom. I'd have one with you and Tom at the same time. I'd kill two birds. I'd kill two birds with one stone, and use the opportunity just to knock a couple of people off at the same time.
That makes me far too happy to hear that, actually.
Well, that's good news.
Well, what about your lovely partner, your lovely missus?
She's great too.
But
it's not.
But how's she going to feel about this?
No, we can bring them in. I'll bring my partner in. You can bring your partner in. Tom can bring his partner in as well.
So it's some sort of kind of
six-way. That sounds exciting.
What's that called? Is that a heptal?
I don't know.
Wow.
Heptuple.
That sounds good.
Never really had to count to six before.
Now, Finn, what's your position here at Radio Hauraki?
Right now, I'm an ex-intern / casual.
Yeah, you're a casual. Like, is it appropriate, do you think, Finn, that Jeremy's saying these kind of things about a casual and his partner?
I mean, usually no, but since it's about me, I'm loving it. So I think it's
music to my ears. This is so good to hear.
Okay, well, thank you for your call, Finn. Ring back anytime on 0800 Hauraki.
It's really good to hear from you.
Isn't it great that we're starting to get calls in the podcast intro? I mean,
when they're like that, it is.
And I mean, yesterday we called the old shit, and today we're getting calls from. But I don't know. I think this this podcast might have to be deleted because it could be used in like some kind of legal proceedings, couldn't it? Like you saying that to an intern.
Look, I think it's you're allowed. Aren't you allowed to? I don't know. What's the deal with that nowadays? I guess that's quite murky, isn't it? What you're allowed and what you're not allowed to do. But I mean, are you not allowed to go through an imaginary situation with someone? Is that not appropriate anymore? I thought that.
We're getting another call through.
Okay, let's go to the phones again. This is great. We're getting calls through in our non-live podcast intro. Good morning. Welcome to the Matt and Jerry podcast intro. Who are we talking to?
Go, mate. I reckon Matt. I'm more of a Matt guy than a Jeremy guy. Go, mate. I've got to go. So that was
that was the worst call we've had all year.
Hauraki Breakfast with Matt Heath and Jeremy Wells. Radio